Video.
Hey guys,
It's a video.
making a video about milkshakes.
Try to tell you guys.
Here it is. Thanks, man. All right, sweet. We are working on this here milkshake machine. We have closed it up for the night, so this would be on a cleaning day, which is twice a week. And the first thing that I'll grab is the operator's manual, and I got a couple of these sticky notes in here. The first one takes you to the parts breakdown, so if you ever have questions about like what a part name is, you'll see a couple pages worth of like different names of each of the individual pieces. So if you ever have questions like what is the torque arm, or what is the, they all look inappropriate now that I look at them, O-ring. You should be able to find it here and then be able to say like, okay, that makes sense. So I got another sticky note set up to the closing procedures, which again is what we're going to go towards, is treating this like it's the end of a shift, and it's that Wednesday or Saturday where we're gonna completely clean it, take out all the parts, and then even the syrup containers, and run sanitized water through it. So this is where we'll start, is the closing procedures. So it says, to disassemble this machine, the following items are going to be needed. You'll need 2 cleaning pails, sanitized stainless steel rerun can with a lid, cleaning brushes provided with the freezer, cleaner or sanitizer, and then single service towels. It says, place the control switch in the off position as far ahead of cleaning time as possible to allow the frozen product to soften for easier cleaning. And that is this switch right here. Auto is what it's typically in, and so that's to the right, and then to the left is the wash cycle, which is how you're going to be draining and cleaning the machine. So if it's like in this middle area, that's where you're in the off position. That's what we're looking for. So I've had it off for several minutes, and it says that's just going to soften it for easier cleaning. So it says press the far right button on the selector switch assembly, and it has VAN, which is short for vanilla, which is confusing in our situation because we have a vanilla flavor as well. This is the far right vanilla button, and so what this does is it allows just the ice cream to come out. So say this was Jamocha, right? This is a cappuccino flavor. So you had chocolate, strawberry, cappuccino. You could have this and run just straight ice cream. They'll like sell types of mix where you can pour in a vanilla bean flavoring, and so you could people will sell just the ice cream as vanilla, and then they'll be able to have 4 flavors. So this is the vanilla button. Anytime VAN is referenced in the directions, which is right here. So it says remove the spinner blade by lifting up on the slip collar on the spinner coupling. Pull the spinner blade out from the bottom of the spinner housing. So that's talking about inside here. There's a little there's like a spinner blade, and so you come to the top of it, and right here it has this quick disconnect, and so you basically have to lift up on that, and you can see that it will come apart just like that. And so you'll be able to then catch it out of the bottom. That's the spinner blade on the inside. Again, we're disassembled there on the top now, and then this just comes directly out just like that. Okay, as I go, I like to use this lid, and I just flip it upside down like this, and then as I remove parts, I'll just put them right onto it. So it says pull the spinner blade out from the bottom of the spinner housing, And then it says remove the mix hopper cover and feed tube from the mix hopper. Take these parts to the sink for cleaning. So we just removed the cover, and then the feeding tube is this guy right here. So we'll pull that straight out and let it drip for a second, and then we'll just put it right onto the lid. And that's gonna go for cleaning as well. And this is where you could just use those rags from time to time. Maybe you'll drip something or whatever. So once you do this, it says take them to the part for cleaning. If local codes permit the use of rerun, place the sanitized NSF approved stainless steel rerun container beneath the spinner housing and place the control switch into the wash position. Our model is the Model 60. There's also a Model 62. So the Model 60 says to drain the product remaining in the freezer cylinder and mix hopper by pressing the auto lift toggle switch or pressing the foot pedal, which is, it's always asking us to press the foot pedal is what they've instructed us to do. And then when the flow of the product stops, release the auto lift toggle or foot pedal and place the control switch in the off position. So I'm gonna go get the container. We'll put the container directly underneath. We'll put it into the wash position, which is the left switch, and then it will drain out all that remains here. So if you know it's going to be a cleaning day, and this starts blinking and it says add mix, and it's 7 o'clock, and you're going to sell 3 more milkshakes for the entire night or something like that. Maybe hold off from like adding more product just to keep it fresh. I don't think it's bad either way, but we don't necessarily want more in here on a day that we're gonna drain it and put it into a rerun container. So let's do that. I'll go grab the container. So this here is the container that we'll be using. This is the big one, and then there's a lid for it here. All right, so again, it says to put it directly underneath. So I just put it right in here. I let it kind of sit on the ledge, and I have to hold this side. And then it says to put it into the wash position, which is here. So wash position. And then again, I'm in the vanilla, the far right switch mode, which is here. So that way no syrup is gonna come in as we're doing this. I've got that spinner out, right? It's removed, so all the product is just gonna come right out. So then it tells me to step on the foot switch, and we are draining. So it's gonna just do this until all of this is empty. The thing making the noise is what would typically spin that blade, and so it is actually spinning right now, but obviously it's, so if you hear that clicking, it's just because it's spinning and leaning against the metal there. And you can leave it, or if it bothers you, just try to pull it away a bit. So I'll normally grab a spatula and like kind of wipe the edges of this and just kind of try to force it all down. But you see how it's working. It's just draining directly out. Right, we got our add mix light on. The add mix light comes on when that probe is exposed. And so you can see how much ice cream is left even now, right? Even if the add mix just came on, right? And then this is the mix out light. And so you can see the mix out light is still off, still off. Still off, and it's still pouring out, right? So there's a ton of time. If you see the add mix, you have a ton of time. I mean, I'm just pouring gallons of this stuff out, right? So Normally I'll have a spatula with me and I'll just be pushing all this to that end. You can either let it all drain through, or if you need to, you can just wipe it out, because that's just that foam. It's gonna just turn back to foam. So you can see I'm just about out. I'll probably go get a spatula real quick and push all the rest to the back, make sure it gets completely drained out. But for this purpose, we'll consider that it's just completely drained and the dripping has nearly stopped, is really what we're looking for. And then I'll put the lid on this and I'll take it to the back and put it on a shelf. Make sure, obviously, it's above any of the meat. You don't want to put it on like the meat shelf. So I'll put the lid on and put it on one of the top shelves. And that is the end of the draining of the product.